Hey everyone, I'm John Lynn, the founder and chief editor at Healthcare IT Today. We're excited to bring you another in our series of interviews with top leaders in health IT. And our guest today is Liz Massey. She's Executive VP of Clinical Operations at Central Oklahoma Family Medical Center. Welcome, Liz.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excited to dive in. We're on stage showing everyone here at the Health Center Summit,
Yes.
all the great work you're doing at Oklahoma Family Medical Center. But for those that, weren't here, tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization.
Well, as you said, I serve as the Executive Vice President of Clinical Operations at the Central Oklahoma Family Medical Center. It's a very rural location. We have 22 locations. We serve 30,000 unique individual patients, and we see over 130,000 patient visits per year. Out of those 22 locations that we have, there is primary care, but also multiple specialties.
Awesome. So, I want to dive into your experience with Sunoh.ai. It's the AI medical scribe, the automated documentation solution from eClinicalWorks. What would you say were your strategic goals that you were trying to accomplish by implementing Sunoh.ai? And why did Ambient AI kind of become a priority for your organization?
Well, the problem we were trying to solve is that our providers were getting burned out. In healthcare today, there's a lot of administrative tasks that are asked of your providers. And while you need to meet all of the demands of today's healthcare, it's burdensome for your providers. So we were trying to reduce the burden on our providers and make it easy for them to do the right thing, which would be capturing all of the quality metrics we're trying to meet. And also capturing those quality metrics allows you to meet your financial goals as well.
Interesting. So, there's a lot of AI scribe solutions, AI documentation solutions out there. What would you say differentiated Sunoh.ai from maybe some of the other solutions you evaluated?
That's a fair question. We did look at other platforms, and what we found was many of them can capture a conversation. But the limitations of the other platforms that we found were that, one, they're not integrated with the EHR. And Sunoh being integrated with the EHR absolutely is a game changer. You're not copying and pasting things. You're not worried about a HIPAA violation. It's all built into the one system. And with it being integrated as it is, when the provider engages with the Sunoh system, they can speak their treatment plan in addition to their HPI. And when they speak the treatment plan, Sunoh captures everything it hears, and it leaves little that's left to do for the provider to close and lock their note. That was a game changer for us.
Interesting. How long have you been using it? And give us an idea of where you're at in kind of implementation to how
Sure.
many people are using it today.
We've been using Sunoh for about 3 years now. The first year, I would say, didn't go quite as well as planned. And when year 2 started, Sunoh and the EHR was actually given to me under my leadership. And then I began working with our EHR administrator pretty closely. And during that time, what I found was the implementation is really key to being successful with a program like Sunoh. And what we did was we looked at how to best implement Sunoh so that providers understand how to integrate Sunoh into their practice. Because if you can't show them how to integrate it into their workflow, they don't know how to use it. You can't just turn it on and it's a function you turn on and then you hand it to them and you walk away.
Say good luck.
That's right, because good luck is what they would hope for in that case. So what you have to depend on is the ability to go with them, practice with them, role play with a test patient, or even the opportunity to say, this is what you said and this is what you got. Let's add this and try it again. And when you role play with them and practice that way, it builds their confidence. And when you build their confidence, when they're in front of a patient, the patient doesn't then have an awkward interaction as well.
Interesting. Let's talk more about that implementation. Like, who did you involve in the implementation of Sunoh? And like, what did you do to make sure that your implementation was a success?
Well, we had to decide, what does success with Sunoh look like in our organization? And for us, it was the percentage of records that were closed within 24 hours.
Okay.
It was important to our CEO, Brenda Ware, that we made sure that our providers were spending less time after hours documenting that pajama time, as it's been termed. We want to give that back to our providers and their families. So that was an important measure that we looked at. And then, our finance team, they want to see that we're increasing our visits. So we were looking for quality and efficiency in our implementation.
Interesting. Let's dive more into that. Like, what was the measure of success? It sounds like pajama time was one, visits was another. And tell us more about those KPIs and what the results were as you kind of evaluated the ROI of using a solution like it.
Well, I think the way that our project scaled itself up really speaks for the outcomes that we were looking for, because we had, during that second year, we had closed maybe 7,000 records with Sunoh, which was a big jump from 0 to 7,000. And this year, or 2025, excuse me, we closed over 14,000. And where we're at for the first 2 months of this year in 2026, we are trending where by the third quarter, we'll likely close more than we did last year.
Wow.
So I think when you speak in terms of KPIs and what you're getting on your return on investment, when your providers are using it, and it is a provider-specific tool, then your providers are getting out of it what they hope to get. And our goal of reducing provider burnout, this has helped. It's giving them 2 to 3 hours a day back of their time.
Interesting. I heard someone say that the best validation that your product's useful is they use it.
That's right.
So I
That's
think
right.
you just described that well. What has been the reaction to the physicians that are using Sunoh in your organization?
Well, I won't share the specific provider's name, but I will share that one of our female providers, she's a mother and she's a wife, and she had very complex care that she gives in her clinic. And she was constantly in tears because she's either upsetting our CEO or some, finance or whoever, because she's trying to get her records closed, or she's going home and upsetting her family because she's going into her home office and spending hours there. Yes, we put them in a position that it was very difficult for our providers. And then we wonder why there's burnout, right? So it had to be very provider focused. And for her, it gave her that time back. And she has said, it's given her her life back.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It's impactful.
How about from the patient perspective? Like, how have patients been impacted by the use of Sunoh, and how have they responded to the fact that it's being recorded?
Interestingly enough, I would say that our patients really they forget that it's even there. Yeah. We encourage our providers to use a tablet in the patient room because it's less intrusive than a laptop. They just sit the tablet down on a countertop, they turn their back to it. Sunoh begins to capture everything it hears, and the provider is focusing or engaging with the patient one-on-one, which is what all patients want. And it's also what our providers want. And so I would say that for our patients, it really hasn't felt like, it hasn't been intrusive, but they feel the difference because they see it between their provider. It's different when you have eye contact as opposed to we're looking over here and while we're typing. That's right, you have.
Yeah, I had so many doctor visits where they're just pounding away. And luckily I knew what they were doing. Otherwise I'd be like, why aren't you talking to me?
Yes. Are you even listening to me, right?
Are you on Facebook or are you?
Sure. That's
what it feels like, right, as a patient. So that's interesting. How scalable has the solution been across your organization? Have certain doctors or specialties benefited maybe more than others?
That's a really good question. I would say that primary care caught on really quickly. And then primary care was the most comfortable. It was the first one that we were introduced to with the Sunoh platform. But then we started to recognize that our specialties needed this as well. They have more complex care typically than you do in just a general primary care visit. And having the conversation with the providers was one thing. We did a demo for them. We showed them what it would look like. We videoed ourselves engaging with Sunoh. But what really made the difference, I think, in scaling up our project is we created a Teams chat that included all of our Sunoh onboarded providers. And those who've been using it the longest, they would see the messages, the questions from new providers or that type of thing. We would share updates when there's something new that Sunoh is sharing or new capabilities. And new providers would ask questions. in that chat. And what we found is that our providers that use it every day, they become really proficient at it. They become your experts. So
Sure.
many times they answer the question before myself or my EHR administrator can get to it. And so that was key in our journey to scaling our project up, because the providers are telling other providers as physician champions, whether they realize that's what they became or not, that's what occurred.
Yeah, I love it when that happens. It reminds me of a physician I was talking to recently who was using Sunoh, and he said Sunoh really shines on those more complex patients.
Yes,
So as you said, with the specialties, it makes sense why they would value it so much.
it really does.
Interesting. Would you say that the success that you've had with Sunoh and kind of ambient AI in general, has it helped to kind of change your organization's view of AI overall? Because I know, a lot of people look at the EHR and they hated it because it added some extra burden. We had a lot more documentation, things like that. But would you say that this has kind of reframed their view of technology and AI?
I would say it's absolutely reframed the view of not only our providers, but our administrative team, our front desk. It's really reshaped the landscape for all. In addition to Sunoh, we use other AI built into ECW, as we use the document reader, and many other AIs that have just built-in efficiencies for us. So things that before would have been a manual task are now things that the AI takes care of. And so what we've really learned is that you can create economies of scale for your organization if you engage technology to solve the healthcare problems of today, which is you have to do more with less.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Liz, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule here at the eClinicalWorks Health Center Summit and sharing your experience using Sunoh.ai. So thanks so much. And thanks everyone for watching and listening. If you want to find more great healthcare IT content like this, be sure to check it out at healthcareittoday.com or search for Healthcare IT Today on your favorite podcasting applications. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.